Hi, I'm Mike Bellevue, and we're here today at the 18th Century Artisan Show in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. Well, this room is almost all actual antique firearms, almost all 18th and early 19th century guns. There are a few contemporary guns in here, but mostly this is the old stuff. We had a beautiful set of all original flintlock and percussion. All upper Susquehanna River? Wow. They are in beautiful shape too. What a great set. Now here is a beautiful gun, and it's got a kind of a unique feature. This basket weave style checkering. It's just absolutely beautiful and quite different. I mean, it really sets it off. And here's a collection of 18th century military muskets, along with an 18th century sword. Just a really nice set of antique weapons. Some more very neat original rifles. Bedford County. Very nice Bedford County gun. Another group of great original rifles here.
You can always order it off his website. Yeah. So you can carry it around.
Very nice. All right, well, here is a very nice original 19th century percussion lock gun. 4-piece patch box and very, very extensively inlaid brass inlays. Just a nice original.
I like taking a look at it.
There we go. Well, here's a feature I haven't seen before. We saw the other side of this gun, and it had a patch box on it, 4-piece. And on this side, for the cheek piece inlay, it actually has a cap box. That's a new feature for me. And you can see it's just as heavily inlaid on the left side as it is on the right. And here's a nice original from Pennsylvania. And this has a kind of a unique feature. I've never seen a latch like this before. How about that? And there we go. It looked like a broken hinge, but it's a nice little hidden latch. Well, Lloyd Nelson's Gallery in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania specializes in fine art with 18th and 19th century themes. And they have some of the best artists in the country on display there. They also have 18th century artifacts made by contemporary artisans. So if you're looking for a Tim Grizz Sanner powder horn, you can find them there. You can find beadwork from my friend Sean Webster. So there's a lot of things to see in Lloyd Nelson's Gallery. But if you want frontier fine art, it's the place to go in Pennsylvania. Well, the folks from Steinhagen's Pottery come down from Connecticut every year for this show, and they just make some beautiful pieces. And I'm lucky enough to own a couple of them. And I'll tell you what, when it comes to pottery, it doesn't get any better. So here at the show, those of us who like to build our own rifles have a room dedicated to that wonderful pursuit. So you can find everything from barrels to stock blanks and all the bits and pieces in between here in the builder's room. And it's definitely worth stopping off here if you're planning on building a rifle. The antique arms room and the builder's rooms are located in the hotel proper here at Lewisburg. But the contemporary builders are located on the compound, but not in the hotel. They're in the function rooms of the Country Cupboard restaurant, which makes it really handy for getting breakfast and lunch at the show. My friend Mark Thomas is a phenomenal artist, and he is an artist in so many different media. When you've got talent, you just have talent. and Mark has it in spades. But one of the things he is best at is engraving. And you can see his engraving is so three-dimensional. It's just beautiful. Brian LeMaster made a beautiful 1770 style English fowler. It just doesn't get any better than this in the smoothbore world. Well, Brian LeMaster made this John Twig style 1770s English fowler, and it is a beauty. Look at that great check.
With so many contemporary, like modern,
absolutely beautiful work. I love that.
That's because it's been repeated. I did it 5 times.
Right.
Yeah, I love a good English style smoothbore.
I did.
And it handles as good as it looks. I was sorely tempted to whip out my checkbook for this. Well, we always see a lot of long rifles at this show, but it's always interesting to see some nice half stocks as well. I'm over here at my buddy Mitch Yates's table, and Mitch is not only a rifle maker of some note, but he is also just a phenomenal gold and silversmith.
They use it for swimming pools.
Okay, right. Okay, so if you're using,
no, Mitch is a true artisan.
or even
Well, you can find some of the best gun makers in the country here at the Lewisburg show. Tim Williams, Shane and Brad Emig, Mark Whalen, they are all among the best of the best. And these are all guys that I've had the pleasure of writing profiles on in Muzzleloader magazine. Now, Ken Gahagan makes some of the finest historical fowlers that you're ever going to see. His Hudson Valley club butt fowlers are absolutely gorgeous. And you can see Ken over here. He's in the background. In the foreground is Eric Ewing looking over one of Ken's guns. And Eric is a leather worker of some note. He does 18th century work, but he pushes the boundaries. He does some excellent stuff. So, admittedly, not everybody can come here and drop $5,000 on a rifle. And by not everybody, I mean not me. But there's plenty of other things here as well. And one thing that I really love are the accoutrements, the little things that go with your kit that make it easier to use or just cooler looking. And there's plenty of great stuff here, from powder measures to bullet blocks, just all sorts of things. And it's all very affordable. And my friends from yesteryear, Fiber and Iron, were here as well. I was lucky enough to camp with them twice last summer, and hopefully we'll be seeing them in the upcoming year. Well, Roland Cadle from Village Restorations was here with his big pile of horns. And John Proud, one of my favorite horn makers, was also here with quite a beautiful display of horns that he makes. In fact, horn makers were very well represented here. There are plenty of them. And even the Honorable Company of Horners, which is the Hornmakers Guild, had a display table here as well, showing off some of the masterpieces that their guys make. So, if you're looking for a powder horn, this show is a great place to go.
Because I'm running both tables, just give me a shout.
I'm here with Chris Polizzi's table. Chris does these beautiful weaving, does these straps. Just some excellent work. Hello, Chris. My friend Matt Wolf claims that he's a bagaholic, and I definitely know the feeling. And if you're in the market for a new bag, which I was, by the way, this show is a great place to go, because you can see a whole variety of bags made by some of the best bag makers in the country. Now we're looking at some of Sarah Miller's beautiful bags here. I've got one of Sarah's bags, and I absolutely love it. She does great work.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're just up the hill.
Nice. I really appreciate
Hey, we're over at Fleischer's Shot Pouches, and I'm looking at a couple of pouches here. I might have to come back and buy one of these. I'm looking for double pouches.
If you don't mind, I wanted to take a picture of you in front of your sign. Okay. Call.
So I gotta examine these.
Okay.
But this could be it. So I'm looking for a double pouch for my English smoothbore. And the reason I want a double pouch is I want to carry loose balls and wadding in the front pouch and tools in the back pouch. And I don't want them getting intermixed. So I looked at these two double pouch shop bags, and I liked them, but they're not quite what I was looking for. So I placed a custom order, and what I want is basically about the size of the small bag, but I want the two pouches to be gusseted. I want them to have a little more expandability. So hopefully in a few months I will have that in time for the summer shooting season. Well, I know that in this video I've spent a lot of time discussing flintlock rifles and their accoutrements. And they certainly are a big part of the show. And there's no getting around it. It's something that people certainly like to see. But they are not the only things here by far. This is a true 18th century artisan show. And besides fabulous gun makers and powder horn makers and shot pouch makers, you've got just about every type of 18th century craft imaginable, from tinsmiths and potters to woodworkers. Pretty much, if it was done in the 18th century, it's represented here. And that makes this show truly wonderful, because there's something here for everybody. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little tour through the 18th Century Artisan Show for 2022. We didn't have it last year because of COVID, so it's great to be getting back to a more normal life. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up. If you do not subscribe to the channel, I hope you'll take a minute and subscribe, because we've got a lot of great content coming up. And I'll see you again next week. Bye.